Yeah, man, that happens a lot. I mean, that happens. Well, we're very lucky in that at our school it doesn't happen too often for us, but it has happened where the gym is being taken either for election day or picture day or something like that. So you always have to have some activities in your back burner that you can do and take and use. And we'll link up some of these things in the show notes for sure. But one thing that you really want to have is, because we are big on having music and all that kind of stuff, is having a portable speaker or something that you can take whenever you have to go somewhere else, that you don't have to use your speaker system in the gym. So we have a tailgater and stuff like that we can take, even a small little speaker. So kids stay on the same task as far as music goes. When the music is on, they move. The music's not on, they do. But they listen. So, but having those small activities that you could do in classrooms, one of the things that we like to do is cup stacking. Cup stacking is a fun activity that you could do, and it's small, it's easy. You can do it in any space. You can do it at any time, and there's lots of different things that you can do with cup stacking. So just having a backup plan always on there, and having an activity that you can do regardless of what unit that you're in, because you never know what's going to happen, is having that. But two things that I like to do is just have an activity that we need to do, and then have that music portable that I can take anywhere that I need to go with it.
Yeah, that's a good call. We don't get kicked out of our gym a whole lot, but I do have like some situations where if we have a student that is not doing what we asked them to do, we had to call for admin or something like that. Sometimes we'll have to get the rest of the class out of the gym.
Yes.
So I always have to have
Yes.
a backup plan in case that happens, like in case we have to get out of the room. And so I basically do what Marcus said. Like, we have our portable speaker, and our spot that we will usually go is the theater. We have like a theater area. So that's actually a little bit better than a classroom because it's a little bit bigger, and you can do, I mean, you can do a ton of stuff in there. Marcus taught in the theater for half the year last year, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we had to switch back and forth during COVID, where we only can have one class in the gym, and luckily we've had some new schools in our district that are shrinked our school size just a little bit. So we even have an extra 25 minutes for students to move and exercise, and we've done it in a portable. If you clear out a portable, there's plenty of space in that portable that you can do. So we have activities that we can do in a portable for students to do as well. But yeah, having that, like Ben said, having those activities on deck, having that portable speaker on deck, just being prepared ahead of time is going to help you anytime you have any situation like that.
Yeah, and just knowing what you're going to do. Like, I have a little set of line dances that I know I'm going to do, and it goes along with the playlist. It's on my iPod.
That's a good call.
If I do get kicked out, I can Hail Mary. We're going to go do some line dances for a couple of classes, you know. And I have, age appropriate ones for kindergarten through 5th grade. We do, if we're in the theater, then that opens it up a little bit more. I've done like hula hut relays, cross the river, pass the frog.
Oh yeah.
Pass the frog is a really good one to do even if you're in a classroom. You can do that one. And if you're able to go outside, sometimes I'll just grab a couple of noodles and a couple of yarn balls, and we'll go play a tag game like noodle dance tag or fire and ice, something that the kids already know. So those are kind of my fallback plans. It's like getting the music, we get line dances, do tag. If we're inside, we can do something simple like line dancing. So those are some of the basic ones. You could also do, if you have some scarves, you could just have those like in a bag ready to go, do some tossing and catching activities. If you look at my YouTube channel, there's a video that I did during COVID, tossing tissues, a tissue toss challenge.
Easy.
So easy thing to do. Even if you don't have scarves, you just use like toilet paper or box
Plastic
of tissues.
bags.
Plastic bags.
Yeah. So any of those things on there. If you're lucky enough to be in a classroom and they have a screen, you can do some of our Follow the Leader videos or animated GIFs and some of those things like that. Those are good activities in a small space, especially a chance for you to walk through that stuff for students. So when they're at home and they need activities to do at home, that's a great chance for you to walk through and do some activities on there. I know during COVID, like when there's for times where they weren't there one day of the week, we would spend that Tuesday going through like, hey, here's how you access Coach Nones and Coach Plement's activities, like giving them a chance to walk through and doing some stuff like that as well. And then having a built time for, if you have to be kicked out of the gym, to like do some cognitive stuff. Like you can talk about health and get through and do some health related fitness components and talk about those and get in depth with those if you need to spend a little bit of time with that. If you're playing a game and activity, you can spend that time going over the rules, going over the dimensions of the field, because You assume that kids understand that stuff, but they don't. So it's a good time for you to talk about that stuff as well. If you get kicked out of the gym, you can use that time to talk about the cognitive, talk about the affective, how to be a good team player, how to talk to each other, how to win, how to lose, how to handle all those different things. You can go over those different scenarios and play in different activities with those scenarios as well.
Yeah, that's a good one. Is just if you're in a classroom that doesn't have hardly any space for movement, you can just do a goal setting lesson, like talk about SMART goals related to your fitness unit.
Yeah.
And learn about some health concepts, 5 components of fitness. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. Obviously I wouldn't want to have to do that every day. You don't want to do just straight cognitive stuff every day, but you're talking about a emergency plan. You can always go back on any of those things. So
For sure.
I think the main thing is just figuring out where you're going to go, like thinking through where's the room in my school that I'm going to be able to go, or where's the outside space where I'm going to be able to go, and then kind of making a plan based off that, of what you can do.
For sure.